Hey everybody, Courtney Smith here with an updated commentary on what's happening with Silicon Valley Bank, stock market, bond market, etc. Let's dive right in. So, what is exactly happening now? Well, first of all, we saw two banks go a belly up last week: Silvergate, which is largely a crypto bank, and the more important one, Silicon Valley Bank, otherwise known as SVB. Now, this led to hysteria over the weekend on respected research sites such as TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. Okay, just joking. But the point is that everybody was blowing this up into something tremendously valuable. And in fact, I even put out a video last week said that now we have a banking crisis, the next would be a financial crisis. But I said that it would take 18 months before we'd get there. Well, what happens usually is that people muddle through. There is no crisis. Instead, people muddle through when left to their own devices. Now, in this particular case, the federal government came in and guaranteed all the deposits of SVB bank depositors. That was the end of the crisis. I don't know what happened to Silvergate depositors. I'm going to do more research to find out. But SVB customers could now make payroll, and all the tens of billions of dollars that the depositors had has been guaranteed by the federal government. So the crisis is over, and the stock market is starting to rally. But as we saw, what happened is that the market rallied overnight in the futures market on this news, but has now gotten near the bottom of the daily range. I'll come back to that in a second. Now, what we're also going to see is we're going to see a lot of, master clickbaiters are going to be coming up with hysterical things. For example, I saw one person say, well, the chief administrative officer of SVB was the ex-CFO of Lehman Brothers, which is true. But he left before the collapse of Lehman Brothers. Now, probably still was very instrumental in the construction of the thing that eventually killed Lehman Brothers. But you're going to see a lot of false or partially true information. You need to find the facts and ignore the master clickbaiters. You got it? Okay. So what do we do now that this crisis is over? Well, a couple of things. Number one, we're still going to have a crisis. We're still going to have one. Debt in corporate hands is at all-time record highs in any way you look at it. Government debt is at all-time highs, no matter how you look at it. The consumer balance sheet, however, is in reasonably good shape. Getting worse, but it's not at crisis levels. The Fed, however, is continuing to tighten monetary policy, and last week said that they're going to keep on doing it aggressively. So that means when you have massive debt in society combined with increased interest rates, you're going to have a banking crisis. You're going to have a financial crisis. It happens every single time. Now, by paying off the depositor of SVB, they have delayed that, but the reckoning will come. So the question then is, how do we make money from this? Well, basically, we're back to where we were last Wednesday, which was really kind of in a little mini bear mode. So here's my strategy. I'm really going to use December's lows and the highs that we made a couple of weeks ago as my parameters. If we break out through the highs, I'm going to get long the market again. If we break December lows, I'm going to get short the market again. Why am I doing that? Well, I have an opinion of what's going to happen. But who cares what my opinion is? The real factor is that the market's opinion is what the most important thing there is. So by waiting for the breakout, I'll then know what the market believes, and I can jump on board what the market believes and make money. I'm a professional trader. This is how I do it. Now, the other thing that you have to realize is that as a professional trader, what my job is to make money, not be right. My job is not to have an opinion that's right. I have an opinion. I hope it's right. I'm right more often than not. But who cares what my opinion is? The most important thing is for me to construct trades where if I lose nothing or very little, and when I win, I make a lot. That's the key to how you make money in these markets. It's not to have an opinion. Having an opinion, that can help if your opinions are right. Most people's opinions are wrong. But if you have an opinion, or even if you don't have an opinion, construct trades where you make a lot of money if you're right, lose a little teeny bit or none at all if you're wrong. All right, so that's what's going to happen. That's how I'm trading this market. Just relax. Everything's good.